Well, tie me to a stick and call me a popsicle. Welcome, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Elliott with Rickety Ski Reviews, and today we're gonna be back at it talking about ski boots. I'm going through this daunting gauntlet of trying on ski boots, and you're coming with me. I did another batch of ski boot try-ons based on just what was in my area, but also based on your recommendations. So thank you everyone who made recommendations on ski boots to try. It was super helpful. I got some really good boots that I tried on. Some of them were great boots, I could tell, but they just didn't quite fit my foot. But I'll tell you more about that. Let's dive right into it. Can I just say what an uncomfortable experience it is to try on ski boots? I hate it. Oh my God. You gotta go there, ask people to try on the boots, then you have to like stand awkwardly with them while you're like trying to get a feel for them, trying to really focus on how they feel and all these different aspects. You can't feel it right away, so you have to like wear them for 5 to 10 minutes, and then people are just kind of staring at you while you're looking at boots. Some shops I found that people were really nice, very like chatty, and you could kind of feel comfortable while you're doing it, but some of them, it was so awkward. And it may be people who are less experienced. I hate trying on boots in shops, but I wanted to do it for you guys. I tried literally every boot that I could fit in my size or in the flex I needed, and I tried them all. The people at the shop thought I was crazy, but hey, you know what? We gotta be thorough. The other thing I experienced for the first time, it was September when I tried the boots on, and I had one shop say, there's an hour wait for trying on boots. We need our boot fitter to help you, and they're already helping like several other people, so you need to wait an hour to try boots on. And I was like, what? It's September. I'm not like hating on the people working there. I'm sure they're all working hard. But I had to tell the lady, listen, I've worked in Vermont and New Hampshire ski shops for a long time. I know how to fit boots. Can you just give me access to the boots? I know what size I want, what width I want, what flex I want. I just want to put them on my feet. I don't need any help. I just want to try them. And the lady kind of looked at me, had to like go back and talk to her manager. Can we let this guy try boots on? Yeah. It's like, what? They're on the wall. I can see them. Just let me take them out. I even know how to do the tree thing from when I worked in shops. You know, you've got that tree full of ski boots. I know how to like do that without breaking anything. So I had to like convince them to let me try on boots without needing a ton of assistance. So it was super weird, super awkward. I don't like trying on boots. I have to do it every so often, but man, it really makes my skin crawl some of the shops I went to. For the most part, everyone was really nice, but it's become a really weird experience. The other thing I noticed from going to these ski shops is everybody and their uncle is trying to upsell you in some way. I had one guy who was super pushy with the footbeds, even though I said, listen, I've been skiing these boots out of the box. I've never even had any boot work done. My foot just kind of tends to fit in what I like, and it fits well. I haven't needed all that stuff, and he just kept pushing these $60 footbeds. Oh, they have a warranty, we'll replace them, yada yada yada. It was really uncomfortable, and in a lot of ways it was for things I typically didn't need. Another ski shop was really pushing me towards the walkable boots, even though I clearly indicated that I didn't want or need them. I had another shop that was really pushing for me to get the custom liners. They were offering the boot work that, oh, you're gonna need the boot work and you want them heated up and everything. One shop was really nice. They said, hey, if you buy them from us, we'll do it for free. And that was kind of a cool perk. But I had another place saying like, oh, you don't know, you really need this. And I think that it's a good thing to do. I'm not hating on the fact that people get boot work done. I just didn't like the pushy atmosphere. I've done that stuff. You know, when I was a kid, I would go take a hot bath before they did boot work, and I would put my boots in hot water just to like get them to mold my foot when they were new. Foot when they were new. I'm no stranger to it, and I understand the value of it, but I really don't like being pushed into stuff like that. And then there's the one accessory that I think is great that nobody recommended. And it's the booster strap. The booster strap is like, I really shouldn't be talking this good about them because I'm not sponsored, and you know, I feel like I'm doing something for free, but whatever. I'm gonna tell you guys because I think it's valuable. The booster straps rule. You want something that actually improves your ski boots, in my opinion, that's like the best thing you could get. I think it's better than the BOA, better than a lot of different accessories you can get. Get the booster strap. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I use it and I love it. It really like creates a smoother flex and a little bit of like kind of kickback so that you can get out of your old turn and into your new one. Like if you release, your boot kind of goes back to base quicker. Again, not sponsored by them, but it is a nice product. So now let's jump into the boots. Let's talk about ski boots. The first boot I tried came from a comment in the comment section of the first video. A Tecnica Mach 1 HV 120. Now, Tecnica I have always wanted to like. I thought that the colors looked so cool when I was a teenager. Every year at Mount Hood I would try them, and every year they just didn't really fit my foot. I guess I didn't try them every year, but like, you know, every few years I would be like, oh, this is the year. Maybe they changed it, and nope, they don't fit my foot. And similar to this year, they still didn't fit my foot. The boot felt like it was high quality. I really liked the Tecnicas as far as like the way that the buckles felt, the quality of the plastic, just things over years and years of skiing you kind of pick up on. And I didn't find any issues there. It wasn't a bad product, but just the fit didn't match my foot. And that'll be kind of a theme here, where the fit just doesn't like kind of line up in one way or the other. They basically hurt my ankles as I was flexing, and even when I was relaxed. If shin was completely off of the front of the boot, it would kind of feel uncomfortable in my ankles. I said that the flex also kind of feels diagonal. It feels like when I'm flexing the boot, the flex basically like goes outward, like outside. Again, maybe that's a fit, maybe that's something people who ski on Tecnica boots are used to, or maybe just the way that my foot lines up, I was pointing outward because it didn't fit me right. Like I said, everything else felt good with Tecnica, no complaints there, but just the way that it fit my foot didn't really match up. Great recommendation. The flex pattern on them felt really smooth. Just again, they were kind of tilted outward, which is not natural to how my body's built. But thank you everyone for the recommendation. They were really nice boots, and I'm glad I tried them. The next boot I tried was the Atomic Hawx Prime XTD 130 GW Alpine Touring Ski Boot. Quite the mouthful. I basically wanted to try, I tried the Atomic Hawx Prime 120, really liked it, and I wanted to try the Atomic Hawx Prime 130, just to feel the different flex. But all that this shop had were the touring versions of the boots. And the touring adds about $100 to it. I believe BOA adds even more to it. I think BOA adds like maybe 50 if you're going on top of the touring version, however you want to slice it. The base is 800. The touring is 900, the touring and BOA is 950. But I really wanted the 120 because I think when it gets really cold, that'll be a better flex. Maybe that's a little soft, but I'm okay with that. It's comfortable, I like it. I think that ultimately I liked the 120. But overall, they were really nice boots. I have to say, if I'm being totally honest, unless you're actually touring and doing backcountry skiing, or unless you're like actually walking or standing around a lot. I was talking to someone who does photography, and they stand on the side of the hill. I kind of get the touring boot for that, because you want to be comfortable, and when you're standing on the side of the hill, it can really be hard on your calves to be kind of sitting at that hard right angle. But can we be honest? For like 90% of people, you really don't need the touring version of the boot. It just feels like an unnecessary upgrade, similar to the BOA. I think there are people who really need it, but I think for the most part, it's just something for salespeople to kind of upsell all the time, and it seems like total overkill for 90% of people. Now, if you live in like the French Alps and you're in Chamonix and you're taking buses and you're in the boots for a long time walking around, absolutely go for it. Or if you go to one of those Colorado resorts where you have really long lines during Christmas and you want to be able to walk around more comfortably, totally get it, go crazy. Can we be honest, like for the rest of us, it isn't totally necessary. Now that's just my hot take. I don't like it, one, because it seems like just one more piece that could fail while you're actually, loading up the boot. But the other reason is that it just makes it more expensive, and it's just one more thing that you don't really need. If you're just looking for a good boot, I would probably recommend just getting the Hawx Prime rather than the Hawx Prime XTD. I hate the naming on this, but work with me. But again, nice boot. I liked it a lot. Seemed like overkill for what I needed. I don't need a $900 boot to be able to walk around more comfortably. A normal ski boot is totally fine for me. Where I ski, there's almost no lines, and I'm just doing laps quickly, and then I take the boots off. And I can ski for a long time. I can ski like 5-6 hours. And maybe at lunch you unbuckle your boots, whatever. But I don't feel like it's necessary. It's never felt like a big deal that I need to have more range of motion when I'm walking. Because again, if I'm on the ski hill, I'm usually skiing. If you're looking at that and you're between different boot versions, that's my 2 cents. I hope that helps you if you're looking to buy boots. The next boot that I tried was the Nordica CRUISE 120. With the CRUISE 120, the flex was probably like one of the smoothest. I really liked whatever plastic they're using to make that. A really nice flex, a really nice boot. For whatever reason, the fit did not fit me. And it's always been like that. Even with the race boots back in the early 2000s, have never quite lined up with my foot. The thing that I didn't really like about the Nordica CRUISEs is when they got into like kind of that full flex position, it put my ankle into a weird spot in the boot, and it actually kind of pinched down like from the sides into my ankles. It was extremely uncomfortable. Again, not as like a bad design of the boot or even like a bad quality of the boot. I thought everything else on the boot felt high quality. I felt like the liners felt really nice putting my foot into it. But when I flexed it, it felt a little bit softer than some of the other boots, That's probably just a fit thing, but if you have a similar foot to mine, I wear Brooks and New Balance running shoes. I really like Lang and Atomic boots for fit. If you're kind of in that same vein, try on the Nordicas, make sure that they don't pinch on the ankle. After wearing them for a while, it was really, really uncomfortable. I was glad that I wouldn't have to ski around in them all day. All right, the final boot that I tried, and I tried this boot in 2 different ways. I actually tried this boot the first round of ski boots that I tried, but I tried it with the BOA only, and it made my foot really uncomfortable. So the next boot that I tried was the Salomon S Pro MV120. Can somebody work on these naming? Oh my gosh, it's so hard to remember the names of these. It's like, I just want wide and I want 120. But anyway, I tried the Salomon S Pro 120 MV. This ski boot I first tried with the BOA because the shop that I was at, that was all they had. So, and it felt really good. Like, the Salomon ski boots probably felt like they were the highest quality material. However, the foot box, I don't know what you want to call that, like the bottom foot part is probably the most shallow foot that I've felt in any of the boots. And I tried different versions, it didn't matter. They all kind of had this in common. The first time I tried it, I thought, well, maybe the BOA is just kind of pulling my foot in a weird way. So I thought maybe that pressure I was feeling was from the BOA, but it wasn't. I went back, tried the Salomon S Pro MV120 in just the base model with the buckles, and it still felt very shallow. When I buckled down the boots, it felt like something was coming down and stabbing into the top of my foot. Just based on how my foot type is, maybe it's because I have high arches and it's pushing it up, I'm not sure, but it was extremely, extremely uncomfortable having it pushed down on the top of my foot. I know for sure that that's just a fit thing. If you have maybe kind of shallow feet, that'll be perfect. Maybe people with flat feet, it's not kind of bringing their top of their foot up so much, but I have to say it was really, really uncomfortable having the top of the boot just kind of stab down on my foot like that. I thought it was a really nice boot. They look good. The materials felt good. I think actually the Salomon's buckles felt great. Like, just kind of from a tactile sense, the quality of the buckles felt really good. Everything kind of clicked in smoothly. I have to say it was like the nicest buckles I had seen, but for my fit, the Salomon S Pro was just way too shallow of a toe box and really hurt the top of my foot. As I always say, if you're interested in these boots, definitely at least try them, because if these don't fit you right, they really, really hurt on the top end. But that's the case for all of these boots, right? You know, maybe somebody where the Salomon's perfect, the Atomic, they would be swimming in it and then they would get kind of friction rubbing on their foot. Try out these boots, but if you can't try all of them and you want to kind of narrow it down, I'm here to help you. I'm here to tell you the good about the boots and the bad. So, Elliott, finally, what ski boot did you buy? Previously, I had the Lang LX 120 for about 3 years. It worked great. It fit my foot really well. I made a really risky move of buying them online. I skied in the Lang race boots, so I knew that they would fit well. But yeah, I bought them online, was super nervous, was ready to return them if they didn't fit. They fit great. I had them for 3 years, like I said, but the liner is starting to separate on the inside, like the footbed is pulling out. The plastic is starting to buckle and get brittle. Just doesn't feel right. When I flex, my foot kind of twists a little bit. Boots are shot, unfortunately. I think I skied on them about 220 days, something like that, give or take. I maybe could ink out another part of the winter out of them, but what I didn't want to have happen is have the boots completely fail mid-winter and then have to buy ski boots when they're at their absolute max, when they're super expensive. That's just how I kind of approach things. If things are about to die, I'll replace them early so I can buy things in the off season, because that's when it's cheap. So anyway, let's talk about what I bought. I bought the Atomic Hawx Prime 120S. I got it in the Prime, which I guess is like kind of the wider version, but I got it in the 2023 model. I found last year's boots discounted. This is not a sponsored bit, but I got it on evo.com. What I did was, evo.com actually price matches and they'll reduce by 5%. So I went on another website, found the boots. So these boots typically retail for $700. What I ended up doing is I went and got last year's version for $490. Then I found it cheaper than Evo and made a ticket for them because they'll price match and then take it down 5%. Then from there I got it down to $372. And then I had some evo.com points from other stuff I'd bought previously, and I was able to get another $60 off with that coupon. I had to call them, I had to like open an email ticket. You gotta find your size and do a little bit of work. But all in all, I was able to walk away with these boots for $312. And they're brand new, and they're the same as this year's boot. So that's how I kind of finessed it. Your mileage may vary, you may not be able to find your size, you may not be able to find that price, but I was able to get a really good price, and $312 for new boots, hey, I'm sitting pretty. I can still try them and return them if they don't fit, as long as I don't ski in them. So I'm gonna spend a couple weeks just wearing them around the house, make sure that I get them kind of broken in and molded to my foot. If you get the BOA, God, what does it go up to, like $950? If you get like the tracking one and the BOA, yeah, it goes all the way up to $950. I was able to get last year's, get the basic version, combine some coupons, get $312 out the door before tax. And yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very excited for these boots too. They felt really good. I didn't really like going into the shop to try them. I don't know. I felt ethically a little weird not buying from the shop, but all the shops I went to made me feel super uncomfortable. And I don't know, I just found none of them had last year's boots. If they did, maybe it'd be different, but I really don't need this year's boot. I'm not that kind of clientele where I need the brand new thing. I'm okay with last year's boot because it's the same boot. I don't know, if I was just rolling in the dough and I was a millionaire, maybe I would just go out and buy whatever they had on the shelves to support a local business, but I don't know, I didn't want to spend $700 on boots. It wasn't really in my budget. $312 was a lot more digestible for me. But yeah, that's the boot I got. I'll let you know throughout the year how they hold up if I have any issues. As always, you know, I'm kind of brutally honest and I'll tell you the good and the bad. The only thing bad I could feel about them is that they did really rely on the spoiler to make sure that my shin kind of matched up properly with the tongue. That was a very small detail and the rest felt really good. So if that doesn't resolve itself when I'm trying them on, you know, back they'll go to the store. But for right now, I'm very happy. $312 for brand new boots, I think is a steal. Also, I'd love to know in the comments, was there a boot that I missed that you wanted me to try? Is there something else? If you got boots this year, how do you like them? What did you get? If you've had the Atomic Hawx and you know you have some input for me about them, I'd love to know about them. Let me know. I love replying in the comments. I'm usually in there replying to everything. So yeah, let me know what you think about boots. And I hope this was helpful. As always, try your own boots. This is really just meant to like kind of weed boots down. If you know what you like and know what you don't like, at least I can thin it down for you so you don't have to try on 18 different pairs of ski boots. I mean, that's crazy. And more than anything, I just want to say thank you for watching. It means so much to me that you guys watch my content. I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, that helps my channel out a lot. Yeah, more than anything, I just want to say thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.